Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am bringing you another homeschool video. I am talking about being halfway done with two homeschool core. They corrected me when I referenced core last time. Sonlight, it's not called core anymore, but if you're like an old school Sonlight user, it was called core. Now it's called history, Bible, literature. So I am doing A, history, Bible, literature, and D, history, Bible, literature. So I have two of these for my younger two and for my older two. And we just completed week 18. So we are officially halfway done with our homeschool year, which is so exciting. And I have not talked specifically about Sonlight since the beginning of the year. So today, I wanted to just touch on a few things about how this is going, about how I'm juggling doing two at once, because as you can see, it does seem a little overwhelming to some people. So first and foremost, am I still using my morning basket system like I referenced in this video at the beginning of the school year? Yes, I am, and it works great. So if you're a mama who is going to be using two history, Bible, literatures, I would highly recommend that approach. It really has helped so much. The second thing I want to update you guys on with this is that sometimes we read ahead. And for example, I might be doing D, and on Tuesday it might say read 38 to 41, and on Wednesday it might say 42 and 43. I will combine those two into one. And so by the end of the week, I just make sure that everything on this page is done before I flip it over. I'm not necessarily following it precisely daily, and that has also helped me balance doing two. So I would really recommend that as well if you are someone who is considering doing two of these. So now I'm just going to talk a little bit about history, Bible, literature A. This on the front of it, let me turn it to the front, is recommended for, actually it doesn't say it on here anymore, but it does right here. Ages 5 to 7, grades K through 2. So I have a kindergartner and I have a second grader. So that's why I chose this. This time commitment, because that is something I get asked a lot. If I was only doing this with them two to complete a whole day, would maybe be 30 to 45 minutes. So this is very manageable, and it comes with such sweet books. We have really loved it. It has been the perfect choice for the two of them, and I really couldn't be more happy with it. And I am loving how down on the bottom it has these little developmental activities. That is a new thing Sonlight put into this, and it just gives me ideas, and it just sparks ideas, things I wouldn't ordinarily think of. So I've really enjoyed it. Now, a question I get asked a lot is regarding the Bible portion, because it does seem kind of maybe a little bit difficult to do two different Bible readings. Kind of why would I do that? Well, I don't actually. So for the first 18 weeks of our homeschool year, I have used the scripture memorization that came with A, and we've listened to our scripture song that came with A. So this is what we've been memorizing, this is what we've been discussing, this is what we've been reading. I am of the thought that the Bible is, all of it is good for all ages. There is no like more intense thing that they should be learning versus them. So I streamlined that. And for the first 18 weeks, I wasn't doing any of the parent reading in this D, history, Bible, literature, or playing this disc that comes with this. However, halfway through the year, I figure we'll go ahead and we'll make a swap. So now moving forward from week 18 to week 36, I will be using the scriptures that are here and the CD that is here and discussing it there. So just so you know, that is how I've done Bible. I was not doing like, okay, we're going to read from the book of Matthew here with my little two, and then we're going to read from the book of Acts here with my older two, and play this song for you and play that song for you. No, I streamlined that. But everything else I have done according to these guides by the end of the week, like I said. Not daily, because I find it works a little bit better for me doing two if I kind of chunk some days together. The other thing I wanted to mention for this update is the Usborne internet-linked children's encyclopedia came with A. And you guys, this updated book has the QR links. So on your computer, right when you're done reading it, you can go right on there and access the websites. And there are videos and activity sheets and all these different things specifically for that book. My kids love it, even my older two. It has been so cool, so nice to read something and then bring it to life with a video, or some of them are really funny and we've had some good laughs about them. So that is something I wanted to mention because it is in the newer version of that book. So if you're someone who has an older version, those might not be in there, but it really, really is awesome. I will link the book separately down below, but it does come with A, and my kids have loved it. So I already touched on the time commitment here. This has been, A has been very easily managed, perfect for my kindergartner and second grader. I think if my son was in third grade, the books are still fantastic, but I think he'll be ready for a little bit more next year. So in my opinion, they were right on the money with the age range that is on there. So now to bring you back to D, History Bible Literature. This one is recommended, which I am looking at right here in the front, for ages 8 to 11, grades 3 through 5. So I have a 9-year-old and a 10-year-old in 4th and 5th grade. So we were kind of right smack dab in the middle of this. However, I do think that D could work for 6th grade and even a little beyond that. I think that the subject matter and what you're learning in here is a lot more intense. It's a lot more... there's just a lot to it when you're learning about history, the foundation of our country, war, slavery, those types of things. However, all of the books, there have been no books that have made me uncomfortable reading them to my kids, but the subject matter is just kind of heavy, and I find myself having to stop frequently to make sure that they're drawing those conclusions between the time period we're in and who this person was and so on and so forth. So I would not recommend this, in my opinion, for anyone under 9 at a minimum. I think that this is for older kids. But this one is a little bit more intensive. Obviously, it's a higher grade, but still very easily managed. The part that I have loved the most about this history Bible literature is that it's year 1 of 2 for American history. And I did not learn American history in my public school education. I know I sat through a class at some point, but I literally had like 5% knowledge. I just don't remember any of it. So getting to read this to my kids and like understand things as an adult has been incredible. And then also being able to teach it to my kids in such an interesting way that they actually are loving learning history has been amazing. And part of what Sonlight does so well, that is my absolute favorite thing, is they correlate the readers that you're reading with what they're reading, with your history book that you're reading out of. All the time periods match up. Everything connects. It's like connect the dots. And watching those light bulbs go off is just so awesome. They do it so well. That is part of why I continue to use Sonlight and why I order it, because I don't have to look up books and find books and figure out the timeline and the eras and incorporate that. Now, some moms might love doing that, but for me, that is stressful. And so I love how well Sonlight does it. They do it so well that I don't see a need to do it. So I've learned a ton. My kids are learning a ton. That it really does start at pretty much with Christopher Columbus, Native Americans, moving on into the American Revolution, and that's kind of where we are now. It has been awesome, you guys. So that is my halfway through the school year update on my Sonlight. If you guys have any questions, please post them down in the comments below. And if you like seeing my homeschool updates, please give this one a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps my channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.